So tell me, really, the teeth on these sanctions. What is it going to do to Iran, practically speaking?
Well, I think the sanctions in the aggregate are already having an enormous effect on Iran. You know, when the president announced we were withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal in May of this year, big businesses that had prospects or even some trade and investment with Iran weren't going to wait for the sanctions actually to take effect. They've pulled out, they've cut back in many ways, and I think we've already seen the consequences in Iran. The rial, the currency's declined by 70% since the sanctions. Inflation has quadrupled. The country is in recession. You're seeing riots and demonstrations all around the country, just provoked by ordinary citizens. So I think this is going to cut into Iran's ability to continue their nuclear program, to finance terrorism, and to engage in military activity around the Middle East. And I think we're already seeing that. Look, the president's policy here is maximum pressure. And I think what he means by maximum pressure is maximum pressure. The aim is to drive Iranian oil exports to zero. We're working with other countries to get alternative supplies for countries that are buying. And I think that's critical over an extended period of time. And even more important, perhaps, is we are actually going to have very strict, very tight enforcement of the sanctions that do exist. Iran right now is in the escape and evasion mode. They're going to try and get around the sanctions. We're determined to prevent that.
But why the waivers? Why put some in a category of having these waivers and others not?
Yeah, look, I think we've said for a long time zero should mean zero. But some countries that for the last 3 or 4 years had been able to purchase oil from Iran need some time to get down to zero. These are not permanent waivers, no way. We're going to do everything we can to squeeze Iran hard, as the British say, to squeeze them until the pips squeak.
Wow.
And we're going to do everything we can. Their choice, and the mullahs in Tehran, either change their behavior dramatically or face economic disaster.